People always say, "You're so strong." And for a long time, I thought that was a compliment. My name is Cece, and I don't remember the last time I felt understood. I'm the kind of person who doesn't talk much about my problems. Not because I don't have any, but because every time I tried, it felt like no one was really listening. So I stopped. I learned how to smile at the right time, laugh when people expected me to, say I'm fine, even when I wasn't. And slowly, that became my normal. Every morning, I wake up before my alarm, not because I'm productive, but because my mind doesn't know how to rest anymore. I check my phone, scroll through other people's lives, people traveling, people in love, people achieving things, and I wonder, am I falling behind? I get ready, go to work, do what I'm supposed to do, smile when I need to, stay quiet when I should. From the outside, I look completely fine, but no one sees the small things. Like how I stare at my screen for too long, trying to focus, but my mind is somewhere else, or how I reread the same message 5 times, because I'm scared I might say the wrong thing, or how sometimes I just sit there doing nothing because I feel too tired to exist. Not physically tired, but mentally, emotionally, the kind of tired that sleep can't fix. One day, something small happened. My boss called me into his office.
You've been making a lot of mistakes lately.
He said it calmly, not angry, not harsh, just disappointed. And for some reason, that hurt more. I nodded, apologized, said I would do better, like I always do. But inside, something broke. Because I knew I wasn't careless, I wasn't lazy, I was just exhausted. That same day, on my way home, it started raining. I didn't bring an umbrella, so I just stood there, watching people rush past me, trying to stay dry, trying to get somewhere. And I thought, when was the last time I was in a hurry to go home? Because lately, home doesn't feel like rest anymore. It just feels like another place to overthink. That night, I sat on my bed, still in my work clothes, lights off, phone beside me. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't distract myself. I just sat there in silence, and I asked myself something I had been avoiding for so long. When did I start feeling like this? I tried to remember. Was it when things didn't go the way I planned? Was it when I started comparing myself to others? Was it when I felt like I had to be strong all the time? Or was it when I realized no one was really asking how I was doing and actually meaning it? The next morning, nothing changed. The world kept moving. People kept talking. Life went on. But something inside me shifted. I stopped trying to explain myself because I realized the more I explain, the more invisible I feel. So instead, I started doing something different. I started listening to myself. When I was tired, I admitted it. When I was overwhelmed, I stopped pretending I could handle everything. And when I felt like I was falling behind, I reminded myself, I'm not in a race. It wasn't easy. There were still days when everything felt heavy again, days when I questioned myself, days when I felt like I was going backwards. But slowly, very slowly, I started to understand something. Being strong doesn't mean you never break. It doesn't mean you always have it together. It doesn't mean you keep everything inside. Sometimes being strong means admitting you're not okay, even if no one else understands, even if no one notices. Because at the end of the day, the only person who truly knows what you're going through is you. And maybe that's enough. I still have bad days. I still overthink. I still feel lost sometimes. But now, I don't force myself to be strong anymore. I just try to be honest with myself. And for the first time in a long time, that feels a little bit lighter. I used to think if I just worked harder, if I became better, if I made fewer mistakes, then maybe I would finally feel okay. But the truth is, no matter how much I tried, that feeling never really went away. Because it was never about being better. It was about being heard. And I wasn't even listening to myself. I kept pushing, ignoring how I felt, telling myself to be stronger, to be better, to not fall behind. But I never stopped to ask, what do I actually need? Not what people expect. Not what looks good. Not what feels right for everyone else. But for me, and that was the first time, I realized something had to change. So I started small. I stopped forcing myself to reply to messages immediately. I stopped saying yes when I wanted to say no. I stopped pretending I was okay just to make other people comfortable. At first it felt wrong, like I was being selfish, like I was disappointing people. But slowly, I started to feel something I hadn't felt in a long time. Peace. Not the kind of peace where everything is perfect, but the kind where you're not fighting yourself anymore. And maybe that's enough. I still have days where I feel lost, days where I doubt myself, days where everything feels heavy again. But now, I don't run away from it. I sit with it. I listen. Because maybe those feelings are not there to destroy me. Maybe they're there to tell me I've been ignoring myself for too long. And I don't want to do that anymore. So if you're listening to this, and you feel the same way, like you're tired, but you don't know why, like you're doing everything right, but it still doesn't feel enough, I just want you to know you're not alone. And you don't always have to be strong. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to not have everything figured out. Because life is not something you have to win. It's something you're allowed to experience at your own pace. And maybe, just maybe, you're not falling behind. You're just finding your way.
你们是11号的吗？11号的吗？还是怎么样？
For a long time, I thought healing meant fixing everything. Fixing my thoughts. Fixing my habits. Fixing every part of me that felt broken. But now I'm starting to understand, maybe I was never broken to begin with. Maybe I was just overwhelmed. Maybe I was just carrying too much for too long. Things I never talked about. Things I never processed. Things I told myself were not a big deal. Until one day, they became everything, and I couldn't ignore them anymore. I used to think I had to handle everything on my own. That asking for help meant I was weak. That slowing down meant I was falling behind. But now I see it differently. Taking a break is not giving up. Resting is not failing. And being honest about how I feel doesn't make me weak. It makes me human. And maybe that's something I needed to accept a long time ago. Because I've been so busy trying to become someone better that I forgot to be kind to the person I already am. So now I'm trying something new. I'm trying to live without rushing myself, without constantly feeling like I need to catch up, without turning my life into a competition. I'm learning to take things one step at a time, one day at a time, and sometimes one small breath at a time. I'm learning that it's okay to not have everything figured out. It's okay to change direction. It's okay to pause and ask myself what I really want. Not what looks right, not what sounds impressive, but what actually feels right for me. And maybe I won't have all the answers anytime soon. Maybe I'll still feel lost sometimes. Maybe I'll still have days where everything feels heavy again. But that's okay, because now I know I don't have to fight myself anymore. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I just have to keep going, slowly, honestly, at my own pace. And maybe that's what growth really looks like. Not perfect, not fast, but real. So if you're listening to this, and you feel like you're falling behind, I want you to remember something. You're not late. You're not failing. You're not losing. You're just on your own timeline. And your timeline is allowed to look different. So take your time, breathe, and keep going. You're doing better than you think. And maybe you didn't come this far just to feel lost. Maybe you're just in the middle of becoming someone stronger. So take a deep breath, slow down, and remind yourself you're allowed to grow at your own pace. And no matter how it feels right now, You're going to be okay. Thank you for watching and hearing me. Don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel. See you in the next video.